Well, everybody has a plan, and sometimes there are just more important things in the world. Oh, and I didn't even change the thumbnail. Look at that. On the 5th anniversary of the show, I still am boomering it up. So, turn that music down. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Monday, and it's the 5th year anniversary of the Morning Night Live. Of course, I boomer it up quite a bit, and I'm going to have to do this in 2 parts today because originally I wasn't having to do anything in the afternoon, my normal afternoon gig, and I just found out I need to. So I'm going to do a 2-parter today. We'll do part of it now, and then this afternoon I'll fire up the old stream machine and do it again. Let me see if I can find the right picture, though. Let's get the right picture for the thumbnail. Hey, there it is. Dang. Boom. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. It's Martin Luther King Day, and some people are being dumb, but that's okay. Let's start the show. Johnny, play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Thank you to my lovely daughter, Alyssa, who is now the parent of 2 lovely daughters. Yes, my daughter went into labor early Saturday morning, and we have another granddaughter now. 2 granddaughters. I got, well, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say their names on stream, but Spark has arrived. Spark was the nickname before we knew whether it was a boy or a girl. And Spark is here. And boy, it was a great weekend. I got to tell you. We got to spend basically our first granddaughter spent the weekend with Grandma and Grandpa, aka Mima and Buppa. I am Buppa. And so my plans for the show just didn't matter anymore. So I was going to have all new graphics today, and I was going to try to have some guests on. I was going to make some calls and whatever context. Nope. We hung out with my granddaughter. It was glorious. And we had so much fun. And then last night we got to go see the new baby, Spark. We'll just call her Spark for now. And, couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. My daughter and son-in-law, seem to produce very lovely children, and we're very excited. Healthy baby, and couldn't be happier. If you guys are watching, you know how much I love you. Or if you watch this later, you'll see this because they do watch the show occasionally, and so I'm very excited. But also very excited for the 5th anniversary of the show. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some things this week that reflect that and have something relevant to the show. I'll be doing most of that extra work today because just because the weekend gets away from you when you have a new baby in the family, and boy, oh boy, I just couldn't be happier. So anyway, also real quick, thank you Gunfox61 who already dropped a couple Hamiltons in the tip jar. Gunfox61, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Dropped a couple articles in the link. One says USS New Jersey BB-62 dry dock news, and the second one is, they just done effed up. The last effing time someone touched a U.S. boat, the Navy sunk a effing half a Navy. Foreshadowing, that's called. Saying thank you, Gunfox61. Let's say hi to everybody and get this thing started. Again, this is going to be I'm going to end at my normal time today and do a second half of this show later this afternoon because I have oh my gosh, I can't even count how many damn tabs I have open, but there's a lot, and we're going to go through most of them between this show and the show this afternoon, so buckle up. We're going to be doing a lot today. First in chat over on Rumble, Mr. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. And there we go. I knew it would work eventually. By the way, I do have my cup of reparations. This is in the Las Vegas cup that Lady Boomer brought back to me from, of course, Las Vegas. And it's a very nice cup. It's huge. And that is good. All right. Also, good morning, Mr. Mike Savage, Blarg, and Jimmy Das Hotep. Why are my buttons not working? Somebody get those buttons working. Okay, first over on YouTube, also Mr. Avocados Diablo gets the bell. And good morning to JB. Yes, you were so close. It was like, and there you were. Also, good morning, Somnambule Nation. Thank you for the congratulations on the 5 years. Hello, Roasted Opinion. Welcome back. Oh, they canceled your work today because of an inch of snow. Oh, you must live in the South, because an inch of snow. Shoot, you have to have about a foot of snow here before they cancel anything. Anyway, also good morning, Kara Soldier. Nice to see you. Gunfox61, the administrator of the P-Dog Night Discord server. Also good morning to Aaron Meredith, Tyler F, Chicago Mike. Welcome, sir. You must have a day off. Good morning, Jimmy Das Hotep again. Also, Tyre Alexander, the Gentleman Lich. There you go. Okay. Good morning also to Maddie, who has already tweeted out the show, I noticed. Good morning, Patio Furniture. Green Badger Outdoors. Now What Studios, my friend Woo from high school. Good morning, MSM. MSM says, will Iowans show up in the cold and snow for the caucuses? Have they never met someone from Iowa? This is a Monday for them. Iowans don't care about snow or ice. Shut up, mainstream media. Yeah, isn't that weird? So there was snow in Iowa over the weekend. I don't even know. I mean, it was heavier than we got here because of that snowstorm, the snowmageddon that's caused by global warming, came across the Midwest over the weekend. And yes, there was snow in Iowa, but look, I'm watching like the Twitter machine every once in a while. I looked up and there's Vivek Ramaswamy still traveling to every single county in the state, and there's campaign people going on. People go about their business. People in the Midwest and even, snow. It's snow. What people who want to go to that because they go to that and they don't care. Look. I mean, maybe it's not as crazy as here. I remember there was a blizzard in '91. I was bartending, and we got like 33 inches of snow, right? And we had to close the restaurant early, and instead of having everyone go home, the manager of the restaurant got hotel rooms for us across the parking lot because there was a hotel across the parking lot, and and then we came to open the restaurant the next morning. There's 33 inches of snow on the ground, and our parking lot was full of people waiting for us to open because they didn't have to go to work, but they came to the bar in snowmobiles and 4-wheel drive vehicles. Were like, oh my gosh! I mean, I think I might have made more money that day than I ever did because everyone came to the bar because they didn't have to work. But people manage that shit, that stuff, whatever. And so it's like nobody cares. It's snow. Now, the inch of snow wherever you are, Roasted Opinions, I haven't scrolled down to see your answer to that yet. Like if you're in Arizona, yeah, an inch of snow will cripple the state, right? Or if you're in North Texas, if you're in Dallas. I remember, what was it? Someplace in, I want to say it was like in Oklahoma. And they said they shut down the roads. And I was like, oh my gosh, they must have got a blizzard. And they had 3 inches of freaking snow. I'm like, okay, you're just not used to it. That's all it is. Because up here, again, you have to about a foot before they actually, although lately they've been closing schools because apparently, not apparently, there was an accident one year and so that freaked everybody out. There was one accident and a kid died going to school. But still, you need about 3, 4, or 5 inches of snow before they close anything here. Anyway, also good morning too. Let's get back to the hellos. Lord Stanhope's in the house. Good morning. I already said that. Oh, you're ridiculous lunatics here. Good morning. I already said Darren Root. What's up? Simon Wolfwood. My favorite Canadian, Jaeger Ponies in the house. Nice to see you. Select a boy. Yeah, boy. Also, Is that everybody? I'm maybe. Oh, sure. You Gospel's in the house too. Okay, I think that's everybody. I'll figure it out. K Show's in the house. Oh, there's K Show. I see you. Okay, let me see if Roasted told me where Snow not as important as family. Right. That's or Show not as important as family. Oh, Show not. No, I know. Absolutely not. I'm like, yeah, I would love to have done all this. I was going to do this fancy new graphics and stuff. And I'm like, nah, I'm hanging out with my granddaughter this weekend. And we got a new baby, so we're excited about that. Anyway, but I didn't figure out where you were. Snow in Iowa. What are the odds? Yeah, just snows all the time. And we're used to it. You know, and look, if I was in Iowa right now, because I used to live in Iowa for a while, and I would have still gone to Arkansas. Yeah, see, that's one of those states where an inch of snow will shut you down because they don't get it as often. They don't have the equipment to clear the roads. Our roads, you know, if it snows 2 feet overnight where I live, the roads are clear before I get up to go to work. It's like they got the plows out everywhere, plowing all the routes. The roads are clean. It was kind of weird when I first moved here because I grew up in Nebraska and it wasn't quite as fast, but we were used to getting snow. Okay, it's not like we didn't get snow there, but things just didn't get cleaned up as fast. Here, holy smokes, they got the plows out to tear out, on the first inch, and they're plowing everywhere. So it's just it's just a way of life here. So anyway, all right, let's do a couple quick thank yous, and then we'll get the heck out of get into the show because obviously I'm not going to have a lot of time so far. We'll probably just do the trending topics and a couple of the articles. Gunfox sent me a couple that I'm going to get to, and then we'll do the rest this afternoon on the second edition of this show. So, but first, let me just thank some people. Somnambuled Nation, Maddie, The Raven, another guy, V, and Tyler F. All of you for tweeting out the show. I greatly appreciate it, or sharing that. Please share the show. Please share the show. It's our 5th year anniversary. You got to share it's anniversary week. You got to share the show. You know what I mean? Lived in Arkansas, born and raised in Iowa. They panic. I'm annoyed because everything is closed. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, it's just weird. I like I said, that time that in Oklahoma they had 3 inches of snow and it shut down the state for like a week. It was crazy. All right, let's get into what people are talking about real quick because that's what we do here. Obviously, the biggest topic of the day and trending number one, and about 4 different topics on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, is MLK Day. Oh, damn it! Where's the thing there? There it is. Okay, the thing. Wait, what the hell? Oh my gosh, boomer vision. So MLK Day is trending. Now, what really annoys me about MLK Day trending on Twitter is not MLK Day. You know what? Look, despite the flaws of Martin Luther King, he actually... Well, here, let me read something. Let me read something that I found very poignant today because apparently... Oh, the annoying thing is I go into the MLK Day topic, and like the third thing was someone showing body parts. Why are you showing your body parts on the MLK Day thing? And why? Really? Don't need that. That's just it's becoming very annoying on Twitter. You can't even go on Twitter without seeing body parts you don't want to see. Anyway, let me read something poignant here because apparently there's a big hubbub. You know who Charlie Kirk is. He's the guy from I always say Talking Points USA, but it's Turning Point USA. And apparently he was going to do some big thing about exposing Martin Luther King on Martin Luther King Day, blah, 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 blah. And, when you're trying to attract black voters to the Republican Party, you might not want to do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the tiny face guy. You might not want to do that kind of stuff because that's just dumb. First, it was dumb politics. And two, I don't care about the issues with Dr. Martin Luther King. And a lot of people bring up, oh, yeah, he was really a socialist and whatever. And some people are proud of that, and they bring that up. Look, this is from one of my favorite aggregators, and I'm just going to read it real quick. It says, "Good morning, kids. Today is the official federal holiday commemorating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, which, unlike many, for once falls on his actual birthday. For sure, he had his faults and his flaws like any other human being, but his core beliefs and what he fought for and the ways of nonviolence that he advocated to achieve them stand in stark, absolute contrast with what the anti-American left and its co-conspirators in the Democratic Party have done to this nation in the 60 years since Dr. King's heyday, and really since Burr and Hamilton. Instead of equality of opportunity and content of character over color of skin, we have been fundamentally transformed, quote unquote, you know who said that, into a dystopian society where things are just the opposite. I just have to write the name of Claudine Gay, and you can well imagine Dr. King somewhere in the great beyond weeping, if not hurling epithets. It's bad enough that we have a hierarchy based on the most irrelevant things, such as racial, ethnic, and sexual characteristics, but the purveyors of this poison have as central tenets to the notion of oppressed and oppressors, where the latter are defined with the immutable characteristics of being genetically predisposed to being such. That is an evil that must be eradicated now, the ideology, not the people, by any means necessary. Throwing in a little Malcolm X there. So, let's see. Naturally, this is patent nonsense. Then again, so were the rantings and ravings of a certain Viennese house painter who wrote the book Mein Kampf. Since Dr. King's assassination, and as an aside, the FBI lurks not far below the surface yet again. Far too many individuals have been brainwashed and bamboozled into believing the same kind of poison. And here we are, virtually at each other's throats, except it's more like a big hobnailed Manalo blank jackboot is on ours. The question remains, can we throw it off? Because unlike those pressing down on our larynx, we do not have the luxury of any means necessary. Merely the instrumentalities of a system that has been so corrupted as to make regular order, elections, and even peaceful protests impossible. And then there's a touch in here. I'm going to stop there because, you know, you expose something a dead guy did. What are you gaining from it? That's just it. Not at all. You're not gaining anything from it. So anyway, on let me try to skip the I'm going to try to avoid the body parts and just show a couple things that people are tweeting about it. This is from Bernice King, Dr. King's daughter. Daddy, thank you for lifting the power of love. Thank you for believing that we can defeat injustice without destroying each other. Thank you for your courage and compassionate action. I remember you today on your 95th birthday. I remember you always. And MLK. So that's Bernice King, his daughter. Now, that's beautiful. That is just beautiful to me. Unfortunately, I have to take it off the screen while I scroll because I got to take a chance. He says, apparently she had a whole thread on this. Let's see. Today, as you and then she also adds, as you honor my father today, I earnestly hope you also remember and honor my mother. On his 95th birthday, I want to share some color photos of that. She shared a bunch of photos of her father. Okay. And then people are obviously throwing out some quotes. So I'm gonna skip the quotes. There's 4 different threads. One, MLK Day, hashtag MLK Day. There's one, Happy MLK Day, which is this one, where this is the one that really annoyed me because I can't believe how many people are using it to show body parts. But let's see. Let's find. Hang on. I can't even put this. This really makes me sad that I cannot scroll this without having to verify that I'm not going to see body parts. It's very annoying. And just, one of the lines that some people love and some people hate because they'd say, oh, you only listen to some of his speeches. But here's one. Today, remember MLK fought to extend the rights of our founding fathers and fought for this for all Americans. Let us judge others not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Happy MLK Jr. Day. So, I mean, there's not a lot more to say. You could go and read his speeches. I Have a Dream is one of the most, obviously the famous one that he did on the, on the Mall of Washington. And so a lot of that particular line is being, is trending. I Have a Dream, Martin Luther King Day. And then also, people are also talking about his letter from the Birmingham jail, which is let's see, how long is this? Yeah, it's 55 minutes long. But that's, one of the famous letters where he kind of lays out some of the foundation of what he's doing. Writing from the Birmingham jail, 1963, MLK said, I have been so greatly disappointed with the white church and its leadership. Well, a lot of people it's interesting because, let's see, he references Shadrach, Meshach, Nebuchadnezzar, Socrates. In that letter, he does a lot of references to great thinkers of the past. And the other part too is it's interesting as I listen to some of the rhetoric surrounding the issues with Hamas and Israel, and it's almost like some people forget how involved in the civil rights movement a lot of people in the Jewish community were, and look, there were a lot of great people involved in it, but you'd think some people would have some sense of that history too. So I'm gonna move on, but it's very important that we celebrate the idea that has been brought forth by Dr. King, and I'm annoyed by the people who are so entrenched in trying to besmirch him. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I want to look at something. I'm going to check Charlie Kirk's Twitter feed right now, or X feed, whatever, because I don't follow Charlie Kirk, and there have been all these people talking about what Charlie Kirk was going to do today, and he made some foreshadowing of that, and I haven't seen anything. I see a lot of people talking about him, but I haven't heard what he said. So let's see if we can find anything he actually posts today. So here's what he's saying. And this is he's dumb. I don't understand his point here. Who is MLK? A myth has been created and it has grown totally out of control. While he was alive, most people disliked him, yet he is the most honored, worshipped, even deified person in the 20th century. Today we're going to tell the truth and explain how this myth was born. Happy Monday. Really? But then there's no thread. He stops there. Now that was from this morning, just a few minutes ago. What's your point here? Now I get it. Let's see. Chicago Mike, thanks for dropping a Hamilton the tip jar. Appreciate you. Chicago Mike says, I love when MLK mentioned diversity, equity, inclusion in his speeches. Oh, wait. He talked about content of character, which is the exact, I was going to assume you meant opposite of DEI. On a side note, I'm not working today because of MLK. Well, there you go. You get a day off because of MLK. Yes! Yes! Thank you so much for sponsoring the show, sir. So, wow. And someone's replied, questioning the perception of Martin Luther King Jr. may oversimplify the complex historical context of his contributions. We should stress the importance of acknowledging both positive and controversial aspects of figure from history to foster a nuanced understanding. Well, here's the thing. And I wonder, this Charlie Kirk, who would be the same person who would be mad, and rightfully so, about the removing of founding father statues because some of them owned slaves, by denigrating the words in the Constitution because of some of the actions of the founding fathers. Some of the founding fathers were shitheads, not just about slavery. Some were just assholes. If you look at some of the campaigning they did against each other in elections and things, and the kinds of things they said about each other, they were vicious as fuck. I hope I swore. I hope the grandbabies aren't watching. But you can't destroy the legacy of the founding fathers because of some of the crap they did. Some of them were not good people. And yet, they put together something that is so important in history that it, despite the non-fulfilling of it in their initial push, was a brilliant thing to put together. And so I say the same thing about Dr. Martin Luther King. We know he was an adulterer. We know he's a bit of a philanderer. We know all of this history now. Does that change the idea of the movement that he pushed as a popular figure? Yes, he might have been despised at the time by some assholes themselves. That doesn't mean that what he did was wrong. All right? And if that's the purpose that he's doing this for, I was hoping that this was going to be a head fake when he said the other day, oh, we're going to expose Dr. Martin Luther King. You know? Why? You know, but then again, you have people out there who are constantly denigrating everything else in American history. Is it Dr. King's turn? I don't think it's necessary, just like I don't think it's necessary to denigrate everything else in American history because of some of the bad things. In the end, we've built a pretty damn good country. So I hate this kind of stuff when the left does it. And I certainly don't want to see the right start doing it. This is just this is the woke right, if you ask me. I don't want a woke right. I just want to be able to live my life and not have to deal with you assholes. So let's not start that shit. Let's not be like the woke left. Moving on. Also trending this morning. Birmingham jail, which is it was just the speech. Did I do that twice? No, I just didn't do it twice. Thank you, Chicago Mike, by the way. Dropping I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, thank you for dropping another 5. Thanks for catching my error. DEI is the exact opposite of MLK teaching. Sorry about that. No worries. No worries. You didn't have to throw any more money in there for that. But I appreciate it. Look, the exact opposite of it. Well, yeah. Basically, Dr. King just wanted to say, hey, let's do our work. Let us do our thing. Let us be part of this American experience. Let's allow people to, based on what they do and how they act and what they contribute, prosper by that, which DEI tends to say, oh, no, we got to fix this. We got to fix this by just putting places for people who may not do this and that and whatever. But they're doing it wrong anyway. I think they're doing the diversity, equity, inclusion thing wrong anyway. They're starting at the wrong end of the scale. You got to fix what happens to the 5-year-old or the 4-year-old when they start going to school. You got to start in the neighborhood and help people teach their kids to embrace education. You got to teach, because you're not going to have a pool of people to fill all the jobs you want to fill with equity and inclusion and diversity. You don't have the pool to put them in there. There are not enough. Are you just going to try? Even if you try to do it by by quotas, demographic quotas, by the, percentages of people in the country. Because unfortunately, in those places where the schools are completely failing across the board, guess who lives there? The people you want to put in those diversity, equity, inclusion spots. So you got to start there and make people interested and understanding what they could be doing in the future. And that's the hardest thing, because unfortunately, it's the parents as much as it is the schools. The schools only suck because the parents suck. That's my opinion. And it's hard to get people to change that attitude. So you can't fill jobs with diversity if no one's qualified to do the job. Now, the people who are qualified to do those jobs, holy shit, they can write their ticket right now because everybody wants diversity. They can demand a higher salary than most of the white guys. Why? Because they need them. Has anyone taught them that either? I should tell that to my son. He's doing pretty good though. He makes way more than I do. But you know what I mean? So this is that. Anyway, you got me on a rant. How about that? How about that? Oh my gosh, it's already quarter after. This is going to be a short show today. Also trending this morning, Ben Shapiro. Well, not Ben Shapiro, but the words "Happy Birthday, Ben." Ben Shapiro is 40 years old today. So there's a smiling picture of Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I tweeted out, it's my 40th birthday, so a great opportunity to thank God for all his blessings on me and my family. P.S. This is also true every day. So that's a nice message he put out. And so lots of people saying happy birthday, Ben. Also trending is Miss America. We have a new Miss America. There she is. Miss America. Miss Colorado, Madison Marsh, learned to fly and got her pilot's license at age 17. She's now a United States Air Force second lieutenant training to be a fighter pilot, and just made history as the first active duty Air Force officer ever to be crowned Miss America. Now, that's a weird introduction, isn't it? Don't you think that's a weird introduction? I mean, that's very, very specific. The first active duty Air Force officer ever to be crowned Miss America. I mean, they had to narrow that down to give her some DEI cred because she's a blonde white woman. But anyway, congratulations to Fort Smith native and Air Force Second Lieutenant Madison March on being crowned Miss America. Madison visited Capitol Hill in 2021 to help raise awareness for pancreatic cancer, a cause for which she started her own nonprofit organization in her mother's memory. Madison, all of Arkansas is proud. Wait a minute. Fort Smith, Arkansas. So anyway, congratulations. Whatever. I don't care. It was trending, so I talk about it. Eminem is trending. Eminem, the rapper, whatever. And apparently, Eminem is trending because he was at the Lions. Who they play yesterday? Lions and somebody. But apparently, they showed him on the screen several times. Oh, Lions-Rams, and the Lions beat the Rams in the playoffs or something yesterday. And Eminem was very happy, jumping up and down and excited. Oh my God! And then someone here said, "Oh my God, they showed Eminem again and in the stands. It's ridiculous, and I'm so offended. They're ruining football." Okay, you know what that's a reference to? Because it's a reference to them constantly showing Taylor Swift in the stands, right? Taylor Swift is being shown in the stands because she's somebody's boyfriend. She's not no relation to Kansas City at all. She has nothing to do other than dating Travis Kelce. Eminem is from Detroit. And he's a famous Detroit native, and he's cheering on his Lions at the Detroit Lions game. Whatever. And they show celebrities all the time, and he's probably Detroit's most favorite celebrity. Hello to Amazing Disgrace, by the way. So anyway, that's why Eminem's trending. That's enough. I don't need to care anymore. Fannie Willis is trending. The prosecutor in the Georgia Trump case, whatever that's going on. Apparently, she's got problems. Apparently, she has finally spoke out about the controversy over her relationship with Mr. Ware. Here's the New York Post. Georgia DA Fannie Willis says accusations of an affair with Trump prosecutor are racially motivated. Of course they are. Yes, that's exactly why that's the problem. Because her stripping the guy that she funneled $650,000 to over a case, and she's been whatever, that's absolutely racially motivated. No white man would ever be accused of that. No white woman, no black man. Well, a black man would be racially motivated. No anyone, male lawyer type of person would ever be accused of having an affair or having problems like that. No, only a black woman would be accused of that. So it's racially and whatever, feministing, sexually something, discrimination motivated. A Georgia district attorney accused of hiring her lover to prosecute former President Donald Trump broke her silence on the controversy, saying she and the prosecutor were targeted because they are black. See, no one has ever in the history of ever gone after anyone going after Trump before. Yes, see, pencil neck Adam Schiff is a black woman, and let's see, somebody else. Who else is white? That Jerry Nadler is a white. He's a black man, and only the people that they go after are black people, because only black people can be accused of having an affair and paying your lover to prosecute the former president of the United States. So it has to be because they are black. Now, they only attacked one. Oh my gosh. Here, she gave this speech. Let's show a little bit of the speech. How much of this speech? Let's watch 2 minutes of her speech here in front of a church. She went to church to claim that it's because she's a black woman. Now, I'm wondering how many people in this church were giving her the side eye while she gave the speech. Well, let's listen to this real quick. This should be embarrassing. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to play it anyway because she made the claims. Here we go.
All the glory I receive is his grace.
Oh, yes.
Not a perfect me.
Are you asking for forgiveness?
We are at a time in history, people.
Uh-huh.
Hear me on this.
Mm-hmm.
We are at a time in history
Mm-hmm.
when you can no longer sit back and just let other folks do it.
No, you can't.
You cannot expect black women to be perfect and save the world.
Hold up. Hey, I think you need to be a little more perfect. Hold up. Hey, because your hypocrisy is showing. Hold up. You might have did something illegal. Hold up. Hey.
We are not perfect.
But you might have done something illegal. But you might have funneled some money to your lover,
We need to be allowed
who took you to some cruises and some special places.
to stumble. We need grace. With that
You need grace to handle that much money.
kind of support, we will move mountains.
You move mountains of money to your lover, and you're going to go to the Bahamas.
Jesus' will. Stumbling
And Jesus
all
will
the way.
congratulate you for finding your lover in the Bahamas.
Flawed, hard-headed, and imperfect child has a message for each of you today.
Oh, this hard-headed child.
Please find a way to do your extraordinary, God-given assignment and make this community and the world a better place for all of his people.
And show me the money.
See, it is never about.
Show me the money.
It is
Show me the
always
money.
about the great I am and who he is.
Oh, yes.
We are all
Yes.
flawed, sinners, unworthy, imperfect, damaged,
Going to jail?
but we are qualified upon his calling. You can find common ground.
This is painful. Hello, you ridiculous human being. Oh, you already said that. Number one.
To be obedient.
Okay, hold up. No. You're a prosecutor in a high-profile case who got caught. Shut the fuck up. Okay, also, a report, apparently Georgia prosecutor Nathan Wade was held in contempt of court last year for something. What was this about? Now, I don't know if this is relevant. It's not the first time any prosecutor has been held in contempt of court. But why was he held in contempt of court? Because is this important? This is Nathan Wade. This is the man she was stripping. and going on lavish vacations with, and appointed him to be part of the prosecutor in the Trump case, even though he's never, ever. Who used to say that? Was that Andre 3000? Anyway, I'm sorry, not Miss Jackson. What was the song she said that in? Anyway, no, I forgot. Oh, he's never prosecuted a RICO case. They made this a RICO case. Anyway, the Georgia prosecutor leading case against former President Donald Trump was held in contempt of court last year for defying an order during his divorce. Oh, I wonder why he got divorced. Around the same time that Wade had been preparing to indict the former president for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 election in the Peach State, a judge in Cobb County, Georgia, ruled that he had willfully failed to turn over documents about his income. Wade's wife later said that the income included money he had made during his work on the Trump case. Oh, you mean that $650,000? Revelations about him being held in contempt of court come after a lawyer for one of the former president's co-defendants allegedly in a court filing said that Wade had an affair with Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis. No evidence of an affair has been presented as of yet. Well, she sounded pretty damn defensive about it in that church speech. But Wade's wife has served Fannie Willis with a subpoena requesting that she testify in the divorce case. As noted by Politico, if the affair allegations yield nothing, the contempt of court evidence could spell troubling signs ahead for Nathan Wade. So, this is wild because her speech there, she sounded pretty defensive, didn't she? All right, so that's it. Let's get to, I'm going to keep going here because I got to get done here, or get halfway through this at least. Hey, Davos is happening. You know that the annual trek to Davos where all the people fly in their private jets to talk about saving the planet from carbon emissions. Good morning, everyone. Thousands of elites will fly into Davos on private jets today to discuss how regular people should stop consuming as much. If this is really about saving the planet, why don't they do the conference over Zoom? Oh, you are so smart. You are so smart. Whoever wrote that. The World Economic Forum annual meeting begins in Davos today. Here's a reminder that the particular professional benefits from this gathering of elites. 2023, prostitutes gather in Davos for annual meeting of global elite where demand for sex service rockets during the economic summit. They got hookers. They got hookers, baby. Where's Al Gore and John Kerry? Dude, and again, Al Gore warns countries trying to walk back COP28 fossil fuel pledge. Dude flies all the way to Davos along with friends in 1,500 individual private jets because, of course, to tell others to use less fossil fuels. Okay, bro, maybe if you VC in what? I don't know. If you VC in video conference in, we'll take you seriously. Until then, no one should care what anyone at Davos says about this stuff. Ding. So, yeah, these motherfuckers. It's insane. Tony Blair. Oh, is this from this year? No, that's from last year. So anyway, all these motherfuckers are flying into Davos to tell you that you should reduce your carbon footprint. And that deserves an FTG, even though it's not Thursday. All right. Guatemala's trending now. Apparently, Guatemala has a new president. And I guess he's, let's see. I guess he's a liberal in Guatemala, and people are excited about that. I don't know. Powerful to stand alongside the Guatemalan people to witness the inauguration of President. It doesn't have his name there, and Vice President, whatever her name is, because they just have the Twitter handles. So that's why I don't know the names. Guatemalan democracy and the will of Guatemalan voters triumphed over corrupt and anti-democratic forces. They're trying to draw parallels between Guatemala and here. However, it's interesting because Rich Grenell, who's Trump's former, I don't know, was he ambassador? Not ambassador to the UN. What did he do? Anyway, he's saying, this is interesting because he's saying he's denouncing intimidation and illegal actions of the U.S. State Department in Guatemala, which makes me think that the Biden administration might not have been on this guy's side, this guy in Guatemala's side. But some people are saying this is what a giant triumph for democracy looks like this evening in Guatemala. This is what it looks like when a group of young people, the indigenous communities, outsmart, outmaneuver, and outlast the political elite that had come to be known as the Pact of the Corrupt. I have no idea. I don't follow Guatemalan politics. All I know is a lot of the Guatemalans are showing up at our border. And maybe this will prompt some to go back and say, oh, maybe things aren't so bad in Guatemala and they can go get some free shit there instead of getting their free shit here. Whatever. If that's what it is, bring it on, baby. I don't care. But they need to fix that country too. Tulsi Gabbard's trending because Roger Stone, suggested that Tulsi Gabbard might be a good idea as Trump's running mate. And so here's Colin Rugg wrote this. New Roger Stone says Donald Trump should pick Tulsi Gabbard as a vice president for 2024. I like the idea of Donald Trump, Tulsi Gabbard ticket, an Iraq combat veteran, a championship surfer, a former member of Congress, a former Democrat, now an independent, someone who crushes Kamala in the debates. Gabbard has been a vocal defender of Trump against the Biden Justice Department over the summer. Gabbard blasted her former party for weaponizing the legal system against political opponents. Okay. I like how Tulsi Gabbard talks. I still don't know what her politics are. I don't still know if she's still Bernie Sanders left or not. She certainly talks a lot about freedom. I appreciate everything she says about freedom of speech, freedom of Second Amendment, everything else that most people should be talking about. I just don't know. How I don't know how she stands on issues though, but she sounds good, kind of like Vivek sounds good. I'm not so sure about Vivek, but boy, he knows the things to say, and can disarm anybody. He talks to people who disagree with him all the time. I like that. We need more of that. I wish it wouldn't just be slamming people and actually talking to them and finding points of agreement and disagreement and in a civil way, which Vivek is a master of, right? I just don't know if I trust him yet. I haven't quite figured it out. But anyway, Indian from this is a flashback though from the debate when she but I'm not going to go. I don't have time for it. But she did rip Kamala Harris to shreds in those Democratic debates, and it was glorious. It truly was glorious. It was great. All right, where am I at? Almost getting done with the trending topics. Then we'll go to a couple articles and then do the rest this afternoon. Also, Project 2025. Now, I don't know. This sounds like a scare campaign. There's a big old scare campaign going on, but there's also something that's actually called Project 2025, and I haven't really heard about this yet, but here is someone who's doing a scare video on Project 2025. Well, here, let's do the thread here. This is someone named Noel something. I don't know what the hell her name is, but they have this scare campaign about this Project 2025. Democrats, liberal independents, and Republicans who don't like the Republicans move to establish a dictatorship through the CPAC courting Hungarian dictator Orban, who's teaching them to establish dictatorship under the Hitler reading Trump, where he learned how to tell lies, big lies, then have the big propaganda, our right-wing nut job, Faux News, Fox, Newsmax, and OAN and War Room Steve Bannon spew out the lies. Trump captured the minds of the uneducated with lies, propaganda, conspiracy theories, gaslighting. We learned the technique well using the technique developed by Goebbels. Trump is not a smart man, but he learned this technique well, and the uneducated, less smart, ate up the conspiracy. You always do good when you tell people that because you support a certain candidate or a certain ideology that you're dumb. I love it when they tell me that. I love it. This is my favorite. It makes me want to join them even more every time they do that, because I'm pretty fairly well educated, and I know some history, and I know things that make sense and don't make sense. But no, here I am. Let's see. This technique is the uneducated, less than the smart, ate up the conspiracy theories that the Russian-backed QAnon spun saturated social media. Russian-backed. Listen, now you want to talk somebody talking conspiracy theories, okay? The conspiracy theories are that these are things that have anything to do with us. The Russian bat, QAnon. QAnon is a folk legend of the left, and there's a few knuckleheads that have latched onto it, maybe on the right, but believe me, QAnon doesn't mean anything to most people on the right. They go, the what? No one listens. No one believes that shit. Okay, but boy, oh boy, is it in the words of the Southern Poverty Law Center, a dog whistle it's a dog whistle for the left, not the right. Saturated social media and right-wing nutjob news sources that spit out 24/7, giving the uneducated the idea that it must be true because it is repeated everywhere, including websites that purport to be true but are just propaganda sites writing fake news stories negative for Democrats and positive for Trump and other mega right-wing nutjob politicians. It's time to give up the lies, conspiracy theories, propaganda, and gaslighting. Watch them filled by Matthew Cook, who speaks the truth at first tweeted this thread. Okay, wait, hold on. So we're supposed to watch someone named, what's his name? Watch the Matthew Cook, a film by Matthew Cook. Oh, so Matthew Cook is just the definitive truth of what you. So we should listen to your nut job. Republicans are leading you down a path of totalitarian government, complete when he's a dictator. Trump, if he's not in prison, or DeSantis or Haley. Oh, so even DeSantis or Haley want to be dictators. Everyone wants to be a dictator except for Joe Biden. You should Google it and read it. It's amazing, and it's in the open. Plans to get 50,000 employees hired on day one of Trump or other Republicans' presidential contenders' presidency. These new employees will be hired on day one, already trained on how to work in the federal government. The most importantly, they have already sworn a loyalty oath to the president, promise to follow any and all orders said right-wing extremist president gives. You mean how it is right now, where the vast 98% of the government workers vote for Democrats because Democrats perpetuate the idea of more government and paying the government more. When you negotiate against Republicans, you might have to have a little pushback, but Democrats just want to give everyone in the government everything what they do, everything they want. Holy shit. This thread goes on and on and on. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but, it's funny. They talk about conspiracy theories, how the right has conspiracy theories while writing conspiracy theories. Now, I haven't seen anything about the 2025 plan, but people are screaming about it. Project 2025, fascist blueprint for America. Oh, wait, did you see that? Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. This is 2 minutes long. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch this one because I saw somebody at the beginning of this video that seems to be getting a pass by the same people who probably made this video. We'll watch 10 seconds because you'll see it right up front, right here. Project 25, fascist blueprint for America. Here, I'll take the music off. There he is. Whoa. Who is that? That's right. There he is. Right in the beginning of their video. Ray Epps. The Republican Party doesn't have a platform to become the first party in modern history without one. Oh my God. Anyway, you can watch this crap if you want. I'm not going to right now because I don't have time. I want to get to the stories. And then here, and then insurrection. I had insurrection feature here because I was looking for, there was an insurrection in Washington yesterday or this weekend. Did you know that? Did you know that there was an insurrection? I did that just for Jimmy Das Hotep. But there was an insurrection in Washington this weekend, and I don't see the media. I was expecting to see the media talking about the insurrection all day today, and all I see are people on the right mentioning it. There was an actual insurrection by terrorist sympathizers last night at the White House. The situation was so threatening that the Secret Service evacuated the White House staff. Where's the wall-to-wall coverage from the propaganda press on yesterday's insurrection? They were 60 or some Secret Service agents got injured, and they were pushing against gate. They were trying to break down the wall that they placed outside, and they wanted to push the fence. So let's see. Oh my gosh. What? General Flynn, am I reading this right? If real Donald Trump wins in November, these people are already planning to overthrow his presidency. Here it is. McCord. Okay, this is, what is this? A network of public interest groups and lawmakers nervous about former President Trump's potential return to power is quietly devising plans to foil any effort on his part to pressure the U.S. military to carry out his political agenda. This is from NBC News. We'll put that link in the links. We might get it go into more detail this afternoon. Mary McCord, we're already starting to put together a team to think through the most damaging types of things that he might do so that we're ready to bring lawsuits if we have to. So they're already planning their own little insurrection. Excuse me, insurrection. And then here, penalty for overthrowing 2385, advocating for the overthrow of government shall be fined under the title imprisoned not more than 20 years or both shall be ineligible for employment in the United States or any department or agency thereof, blah, 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 blah. So they're already planning on how they are going to thwart Donald Trump if he's the president. But the real insurrection was at the White House, where they had to evacuate people from the White House. They had to move them to safe quarters because they were fearing that they're throwing projectiles at law enforcement. Oh my gosh, what happened? Where are all the people? Hi, Brent Hayes, how you doing? And Gen T and GDSOB, what's up? So again, I'm going to do a second half of this show this afternoon because I'm not even getting close to this where I'm at here. But let's real quick get into the couple articles that Gunfox sent me before we go. This is kind of interesting. They're bringing a battleship back online. Now, if you're not familiar with the Navy and the ship kind of things that they do, they took battleships out of commission. I think the Missouri went out of commission, I think, in the late 90s. Most of the battleships have been out of commission because they switched to destroyers, which are a little more nimble and had more modern technology, right? Well, apparently the USS New Jersey is making a comeback. They're going to retrofit it with more modern weaponry known as the Big J or Black Dragon. The USS New Jersey also has the distinction of being one of the most decorated battleships to have served in the U.S. Navy. She is now set for a long period of repair work. The United States Navy's largest warship, not to mention the most decorated battleship, will be on the move this spring for the first time in more than 20 years. The Iowa-class battleship, USS New Jersey, BB-62, is noted for earning more battle stars than her sister vessels, while she was the only U.S. battleship to provide gunfire support during the Vietnam War. Fondly known as Big J, the USS New Jersey has called the Cannon waterfront home since 2001, but this spring will depart the location. Oh, it's not returning to action. My bad. Okay, no, the Big J is not returning to action to confront Houthi rebels in the Red Sea, and she won't be made ready for potential conflict with China. Rather, the BB-62 has been battling an even more insidious enemy for years, namely time and the elements. The impressive warship is set to be transported by tugboats to the North Atlantic Ship Repair Facility in Philadelphia Navy Yard. The 4,500-ton historic vessel will be dry docked on the very berth where it was built and subsequently launched on September 7th, 1942. It's going back to berth 3 because berth 3 is big enough to hold it. Marshal Spivak, the interim chief executive officer of the Homeport Alliance, told the Philadelphia Inquirer. So they're going to refurbish it. So it's, what? No, they're not recommissioning the New Jersey. I mistook that. They're just repairing it so it could go back to at least be, well, let's see. It just needs repairs because time and the elements are tearing it apart. So, according to the newspaper, at the bottom, the Big J will undergo routine maintenance, repairs, and repainting for the first time in 32 years. The U.S. Navy maintenance guidelines for inactive ships call for dry docking every 20 years. It's no small affair, as the vessel is larger than the length of 2 football fields. We're way overdue and moving forward now because it will be more expensive every year we wait. And then I'm honored to take the helm and oversee the project, said Spivak. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, a $10 million project. Holy shit. That's a lot of money. But, you know, well, it's not a lot of money if you compare it to what we send to Ukraine. So there you go. So it's getting some needed repairs. That's good. And then finally, I'm going to finish with this for now, and we'll do all the other articles this afternoon. U.S. cargo ship has been hit by missiles near Yemen as fears grow that the conflict could spread. Now you hit a U.S. cargo ship. Good morning, Balin Bobby. How you doing? And Slim Tito, O2. Slim Tito O2. What's up, Slim Tito? A cargo ship near Yemen has been hit from above by a missile, causing a fire in a hold. The MV Gibraltar Eagle, a Marshall Islands-flagged U.S.-owned bulk carrier, was hit by an anti-ship ballistic missile fired from a Houthi-controlled area of Yemen. The U.S. military said. It said the ship reported no injuries or significant damage and was continuing on its journey. United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations Agency said the vessel was 95 nautical miles southeast of Aden and advised vessels to transit with caution. The British maritime security firm Ambry said 3 missiles were launched by the Houthis, but 2 did not reach the sea. Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis have been attacking commercial ships in the Red Sea, and it says are linked to Israel or bound for Israeli ports, aiming to support Palestinians in the war in Gaza. U.S. and British forces responded last week by carrying out dozens of air and sea strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen and have hit scores of targets. Explosions on Monday were heard near Hodeidah Airport in Yemen. Houthi attacks and Western airstrikes have heightened fears that Israel's war with Palestine's militant group Hamas could engulf a wider region. The Houthi chief negotiator said on Monday the group's stance had not changed since the U.S.-led airstrikes on its positions and warned that attacks on ships headed to Israel will continue. The attack to stop, there's a quote, attacks to stop Israeli ships or those heading to the ports of the occupied Palestine will continue. Mohammed Abdul Salam told Reuters. He said the group was still demanding an end of the war in Gaza and humanitarian aid deliveries to the north and south of the Gaza Strip. Israel has denied having links to vessels that have come under attack in the Red Sea, while several international shipping lines have paused deliveries or switched to longer, more costly routes. Let's see. The U.S. military said on Sunday a U.S. fighter jet shot down an anti-ship cruise missile, which the Houthis fired towards the USS Laboon in the southern Red Sea. There were no injuries or damage reported. The U.S. Central Command added the Houthi movement controls much of Yemen after nearly a decade of war against the U.S.-backed and Saudi-led coalition. The UN. You mean the wait a minute? The Houthi movement controls much of Yemen after nearly a decade of war against a U.S.-backed and Saudi-led coalition. Oh, you mean the government that was there before the Houthis had a revolution there? That's an interesting way to put it. Iran on Monday urged the U.S. and Britain to stop what it called the war against Yemen after their recent airstrikes on terror. 400,000 people have died in the war in Yemen. In Yemen. Not on Yemen. In Yemen. It's not a war in Yemen. They're just, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I don't think, never mind. We warned America and Britain to stop the war against Yemen immediately, said Iran's foreign minister. So let's see. Now I'm torn on the airstrikes in Yemen, but the idea that they're saying this is a war against Yemen. The Yemenis, the Houthis, are sending missiles at ships in the Red Sea. Cargo ships, not warships, but cargo ships. They're just trying to destroy cargo ships in the Red Sea. And so the government's protecting the cargo ships who are attacking the places where the cargo ships are being attacked from. Is that a war on Yemen? What? Ah! Ah! Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay, and on that note, I'm going to pause this broadcast for a little while. I'm not sure what time I'll reconvene, but I will reconvene to go through some of the articles that we didn't get to today, because it's the anniversary of the Morning Night Live. 5 years of doing this stuff. And I'm still a tiny little channel because YouTube hates my guts and won't promote any of my stuff, but that's okay. I don't need YouTube. All I need is you and love, okay? All you need is love. Love is all you need, and I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss for you. all you kids out there who grew up with Barney, you know what that was. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this morning. We'll come back at you this afternoon on the supplementary phase of the Morning Night Live. But until then, my name's P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here. I'll drop the links in the chat, so if you want to get a head start, you can. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Thank you, and kiss your mother. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thanks for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.